Hey everybody, it's Dan, and I'm excited about today's training, and we're talking about types of CBD. And I realize this is very generic and very, elementary, if you will, but also just understanding how these can be used for various types of patients. And my goal is to educate you so you can be the best trusted consultant possible and help your clients create that winning feeling. So I'm just going to go through these really quick with you and then talk about obviously how Dragonfly fits into this picture. So you all know about full spectrum, right? Full spectrum contains all of the plant parts, right? All of the phytocannabinoids, all of the terpenes, all of the vitamins, all the minerals, the whole plant is basically in here. So full spectrum, you're getting everything in the plant, including THC. So I think that's the big difference. Is some people don't want THC, some people do, but understanding a full spectrum product, you're getting the whole plant, if you will, all the good stuff, all plus THC. Obviously, that is full spectrum. Broad spectrum, right? Pretty much the same. All the plant parts, all the phytocannabinoids, all the terpenes, all the vitamins, all the minerals, but no THC, right? So broad spectrum is the whole plant minus the THC. So they just extract the THC so that you don't have any THC in there. So people always say, well, geez, there's not enough THC in here anyway to get high in the full spectrum. No, there's probably not. You could drink, the tincture, you could take the tablets, and you probably wouldn't get high, but you might fail a drug test. And so if you're talking to athletes or somebody who's even in college sports or high school sports and are taking a drug test, I would definitely steer them away from anything like this. I wouldn't even put them in here because you just never know. So the broad spectrum has got everything minus the THC, but quite frankly, there's a lot of challenges right now in the CBD world because there's a lot of mislabels and a lot of containers don't have the labels say one thing, but what's in it says another. So, but that's another story. But an isolate. So isolate is obviously what Dragonfly is. We're an isolate product. So all we do is we extract the CBD molecule. So inside the hemp plant, there's over 100 cannabinoids. And so there's a lot of them in there, and CBD and THC is just two of them. So what the isolate does is what Dragonfly does is we just pull out the CBD only. So who's this product great for? This product is for people who want to know exactly what's in the bottle. They want to know exactly what they're taking, and they want to have the same experience they had this week as they had last week. And if they come by and buy a bottle next month, it's going to be the same thing in the bottle. We guarantee that what our label says is exactly what's in our tincture, exactly what's in our tablets, exactly what's in our topicals. It's all quality, and it's consistent, and you can count on it. So isolate. So that's what I used because CBD, it talks about a lot of things that CBD says and does, but what I know it does and what it did for me is reduce inflammation. And your body can heal when your inflammation goes down. Two things happen. When your inflammation goes down, your body can actually heal itself better. And number two, the medicines that you're taking, the drugs that you're taking can actually heal you better when your inflammation is down. So CBD is a great product to help with the healing process. So when you have somebody coming in your store or your dispensary or someone that's talking to you that maybe is under a doctor's supervision like me, isolate's the way to go. Now, I want to talk to you about this because this is a common myth. And people talk about, it's not as good because it doesn't have all of the plant properties and all of the different terpenes and all this, that, and the other because we don't get the entourage effect. Well, that's a great theory, but it's really not proven. I mean, there's no proof that the CBD works better with all the other plant parts. That'd be like saying, man, you can't take that protein powder. It doesn't work. You got to eat the whole steak, right? Imagine if they said that. You'd say, what are you, stupid? Oh, no, you don't want to drink that orange juice because you're not getting the same thing. You better eat that whole orange. Come on, right? So the reality is that CBD works on its own, no question about it. Think about it. There's a drug on the market approved by the FDA called Epidiolex, and that's for severe people who have epilepsy. That helps with the seizures. So there is no terpenes in there, and there's no full spectrum or broad spectrum. It's a CBD isolate that's specifically for seizures. So again, it's all about what the client needs. Again, if you're dealing with somebody like me who's under medical supervision and they need to know what's going in their body, there's only one choice, and it's Dragonfly. It's an isolate. If they're not so picky and they don't really care what goes in their body, then hey, you can talk about these two, the full or the broad. But I'm telling you from my experience, when I took I took broad spectrum and full spectrum, and I felt like I got some advantages. But the problem is I went back and ordered another bottle the next month, and it was totally different. Same company, same thing, but the ingredients are different. So you never know what's going in there. How much CBD is in there? What really terpenes are in there? And so with isolate, with Dragonfly, I know exactly how much CBD in every tablet I take. It's 100 or 150 milligrams. I know how much CBD is in every dropper that I take from the tincture. I know exactly what's in my topicals, so I know what's in there, and that gives me confidence, because I can't afford, when you're doing chemotherapy and you're taking all these kind of drugs, you can't afford to have things in your body that you don't know about or you can't measure. So exactly what I did. So just want you to understand the difference. Full spectrum, it's got everything including THC. Broad spectrum, everything minus THC. Isolate is just the isolate of CBD, and that's it. And that helps to reduce inflammation. Obviously, there's a drug out approved by the FDA called Epidiolex for people with severe issues, man. I mean, some severe seizures. So CBD works. Help me heal, help me grow, and that's why I'm here today, and that's why Dragonfly's CBD isolate is the one for people who care about what they put in their body. So great job today, y'all.